Hi, One Best PR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Into the Weekend with BetDSI show for NFL Week 9. We, of course, are talking with Brent, the headlines manager at DSI Sportsbook. Brent, the first game I want to ask you about, Denver at the Colts, right? Denver, for all their limitations on offense, people wondering about Peyton Manning. How long is he going to play at what level? Coming off another win and cover, they're 5-2 against the spread. I'm guessing that the public is all over Denver as a road favorite.
Yeah, I mean they're really all over Denver. I mean, the count
Okay.
is like we're talking. No, it's like a wager count of like 8-1.
Wow.
In favor of Denver. That's just. I mean that's really, really strong. Nothing sharp involved in this game at all. I've just got a ton of wagers on Denver, a ton of money on Denver. So, I mean, that line probably going to creep up. Total sitting at 45 right now. And again, typical stuff, Denver, Indianapolis, they're going to bet the over. So the public is betting the over. But I don't have any sharp money on this one at all.
All right, I guess that's telling that no sharp action has come in as yet. Going to be a big decision for the books then. Books are going to need the Colts. And then let's talk about St. Louis, Minnesota. Minnesota is a team that you've told us the Sharps have bet against several times this year so far, but Minnesota has burned all that money. They've covered their last 6 in a row. Are the Sharps coming in against Minnesota again on the Rams?
Yeah, they are, Peter.
Are they really?
They are. I mean, the line did open at 3, and that's where the sharp money came in on St. Louis.
Wow.
I had sharp money on St. Louis +3, -115. St. Louis +2.5, even money. My money is about 3-1 in favor of the Rams. My count's dead even. So, as you can tell right out, the public is pretty much betting on Minnesota. That's why I have an even count. But my money is 3-1 in favor of the Rams. So the sharp money is betting on St. Louis. I also do have sharp money on the total this game, over 39.5. Just a couple of smaller bets, but a guy that who is really, really good. So that's definitely a sharp play on the over 39.5. We're sitting at 40 right now. I could see that going up to 40.5 for sure. But yeah, St. Louis sharp play again, +3, -115, and also +2.5 even money, and sharp money on the total over 39.5 as well.
I don't know, Brent. You remember a couple weeks ago when Minnesota was at home against KC and told us the Sharps were all over KC, and I stuck my neck out. I said, I think the Sharps are going to lose. I think they're on the wrong side here. And the game turned out to be, I think Minnesota was a little bit lucky to get the cover, but it's certainly the way the game turned out didn't appear to be clear value on KC, and I'm not saying I'm going to bet Minnesota here, but I'm a little bit baffled. I got to say, I'm not sure why the Sharps are fading Minnesota every week and losing with it and continuing to do it.
Like I said, my count is pretty much dead even, so Minnesota's definitely getting the support, but the support they're getting is nothing strong, and it's basically just public money so far. I mean, obviously, public bettors are right every now and then, and Sharps are wrong every now and then. I mean, just as you said, you bucked the trend a couple of weeks ago with KC, and you were right. Not saying that you're not sharp
I was right.
That, but.
All right, well, let's look at Green Bay and Carolina then next. Another interesting game. Carolina, another kind of under-the-radar team. They are 5-2 against the spread, although they are coming off of an ATS loss. Green Bay, of course, coming off of their first straight-up loss of the year. Wondering if, I'm assuming the public's going to be all over Green Bay here, and I wouldn't be surprised to hear that you did take some sharp action on Green Bay, although what do you have to tell us about it, Brent?
My wager count, as you would expect, all over Green Bay, just because the public loves to bet Green Bay, and they are again. About 4-1 in favor of Green Bay. My money also favors Green Bay as well, and my money there is probably, I'm going to say about 3-1 in favor of Green Bay. So still not a ton of support for Carolina at home. I got what you're going to call pseudo money, sharp money on Green Bay when it's -1.5, but not someone who's on the list quite yet. I did take sharp action on the total. The over 45.5 was sharp. We're only up to 46 right now. I haven't got a ton of action, but the sharp bets that I did take on the over were over 45.5, sitting at 46. That's surprising because Carolina's known for their defense more than scoring. But I guess if you're figuring Green Bay's going to cover, then that game might go over as well. But again, over 45.5 was sharp. The money I have on the side, we'll call pseudo sharp on Green Bay -1.5. Absolutely no support back for Carolina yet. If they're waiting for the line to go up to Green Bay -3, who knows? I mean, they might just wait till Sunday and say, okay, the line's not going any higher. I'm going to grab Carolina now. So I don't know. I can't really tell you which way this one's going to go. But so far, count and money all one way on Green Bay.
Okay, very interesting stuff, Brent. 3 interesting games this week. As yet, no sharp money on Carolina, possibly to come later on in the week. What else can you tell us about notable action you've taken for NFL Week 9 as of Friday afternoon, Brent?
Well, I can tell you that last week the plays that we gave out as sharp plays won again last week. So I know we got kind of beat up early in the season. People were on the forum saying, "Hey, what's going on?" And so, well, the NFL, is kicking out. The Sharps have won a couple of weeks in a row. I know for sure. This week, I want to just touch on Oakland and Pittsburgh, just because there's a ton of betting volume on that game. The lines bounce between, Pittsburgh's at home favorite -4.5 right now, but that line's been anywhere from 4 all the way up to like $7.20, I think it was. But just a ton of betting action on that game. And Philadelphia and Dallas will touch on the night game too. Just a ton of volume on that one. That's really no surprise. You're getting a lot of action on a game involving those two teams. But I've got what I'm going to call sharp money on Philadelphia -2.5, -20. Sharp money on Dallas +3, -05. So we're sitting $3.15 right now. So that number is probably going to bounce back and forth on and off of 3 or 3 and juices, stuff like that. But huge betting action. Miami is sharp this week. I do have sharp action on Miami. They're at Buffalo. The money that came in on Miami was +3, -110. Right now, Buffalo's a -3 even money favorite, so Miami's +3, -120. But I do have a more wager volume on Buffalo's, which indicates maybe the public is betting Buffalo. Money's pretty close, so I do have, like I said, more bets on Buffalo. Money's, like I said, pretty much even, but the sharper bets I did take are on Miami. So Miami is a sharp play this week. Green Bay, the over, we touched on that one. And honestly, that's really all I have in terms of sharp action this week. I got some, deep pocket money on the Giants, who are at Tampa Bay this week. Atlanta, San Francisco is one of those things where I kind of have, we're going to call pseudo sharp money on Atlanta -6.5. Green Bay -1.5 was pseudo. Atlanta -6.5 was pseudo. Sharps were St. Louis and the St. Louis over. Miami +3, -10. And the Green Bay Carolina over 45.5. Tons of teaser money, as you expect, on New Orleans. They're at home to Tennessee, so that could be an ugly game for us. New England, as usual, they're at home to Washington. Teasers on Green Bay, which is no surprise. Atlanta, which is no surprise. I mean, you're teasing -7 down to a pick 'em basically. And, like I said, got deep pocket money on the Giants, with a lot of teasers on them. So that's it for the sharp action, just the 4 plays we touched on, Peter. Kind of a quiet week.
So it sounds like it's a big week for public action, but not much in terms of clear, sharp sides this week, NFL Week 9. Brent, thanks so much. Talk to you again next week for NFL Week 10.